Earlier, we talked with Reed Alexander, entertainment correspondent with Insider, to learn what comes next after that deal was reached in Hollywood. All right, Reed, thank you so much for being here with us. We know this strike stretched nearly 4 months. How big would you say this announcement of a tentative deal is?
It's tremendous. It's tremendous for Hollywood. It's tremendous for actors. It's tremendous for countless other people who were affected by the labor stoppage. As you rightly point out, this was 118 days of a labor stoppage that does much more than just withhold jobs for actors. It has a tremendous cascading effect on, secondary and tertiary constituents in Hollywood. So even the people that, work on crews or service the live productions, the dual strikes we saw this year in Hollywood between actors and writers cost California billions of dollars. So the fact that this is over is a momentous moment, really, in the history of the industry.
I know this is a new announcement, but are we hearing any details about what's included? They brought up a lot of issues like residuals for streaming and also the concerns with AI. What do we know so far?
Some details. There are more that are set to be forthcoming when SAG-AFTRA, the Actors Guild, releases the details that its negotiators have won in this contract. That will not happen until at least after Friday, because the deal has to be reviewed by the national board of SAG-AFTRA, which will not happen until Friday, until tomorrow. Nevertheless, though, we know some things. We know that the deal equates to about $1 billion contract. We know that there are strong protections against the role of artificial intelligence, or at least what the union organizers are characterizing as strong. And we also know there appears to be this groundbreaking new proposal that was accepted by both sides that, in effect, gives actors a chance of sort of having a piece of the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow for very successful streaming shows. There was never a way for them to share in the bonuses or the profits if there was a runaway hit. But now it appears that this deal has actually built a mechanism in for actors to take part in some of that revenue sharing.
I'm sure you've been talking to some of your sources. What are insiders saying? Do you have any sense of how they're feeling?
People are celebrating. I mean, there are quite literally celebrations that are being planned around Los Angeles right now. We've been talking to members of SAG-AFTRA. We've talked to writers as well who were supporting SAG-AFTRA members on the picket lines in recent weeks after the writer's strike ended back in late September. People are jubilant. People are energized. Even people in the studios, which, listen, are coming away licking some wounds after all of this because, of course, the actors and the writers both were striking against the studios at the same time. They're very excited to get back to work. I think for the first time since about early May, when all of this began, we are finally seeing Hollywood breathe a sigh of relief and say, let's look to 2024 and let's get back to creating great content.
So this has backed things up quite a bit. How quickly could you say we could start seeing some movement, or will it take some time?
Unfortunately, with this situation, it's not going to be like just flipping a light switch and getting back to work tomorrow. The writer's strike did end at the end of September, and that was beneficial because that meant that writers could reopen writers' rooms and they could start developing new scripts and ideas for the studios and the networks to produce. And that takes some time too. Like, you have to come up with an idea, pitch it to a network or a studio or a streamer, have them buy it, and then later you go through the casting process. So at least that phase of development has begun. But I don't really think we're going to see a lot of casting opportunities return or opportunities for actors return until the beginning of the year, because you have to remember we're heading into Thanksgiving, and then Hollywood is really quiescent. It's really dead in December during the winter holidays. I don't think we're going to see a lot of new content developed until the start of the year, so I don't think we're really going to see a ton of great new shows hit our streamers until maybe the spring or summer, if these networks can put the pedal to the metal. So it will take some time, but certainly there were feelings and fears that this would go through 2024. I think people are very pleased that it ended.
All right, no doubt something that we'll be watching closely. Reed, we always appreciate your insight. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good to be with you.